it's WHM Brickers back with another video, and today, as you may see from this setup, I will be doing another review. So I just got this set for my birthday. It's a great set. This is amazing display piece and really nice looking overall. Basically, it'll be like most review videos. I'm gonna go through all the things I like about it, different things I don't like, go through the box, the instructions, the stand with the little minifigure, one minifig, and then the actual model itself. So let's get into it. So overall, this is a great set. I do have some complaints. But the overall build and the stand looks nice. It's kind of like your average stand. Build looks amazing. You can do all kinds of different poses. But let's start out with the instructions. Then we'll go to the box. And then to the builds and minifigs. So the instructions are pretty nice. But there is one complaint, which I'll get to into the box. But nice instructions overall. You've got your Mandalorian up there, your Lego and your Lego Star Wars. It is done in white. Nice Razor Crest background there. You've got all this stuff. And then you get the bags. Interesting way it's built. It doesn't really show here, but you will notice it if you do have this set. Just all the instructions of how to build it. And then you get your robot in the back, bunch of parts. And it does not really show too much in the back, but it does give you some of the 2020 sets, because that's when it was released. Most of these are retired now. Oh, General Gears' Starfighter. Oh, the Razor Crest, that's an older set. Not too long ago, but, you know. And then you got your AT-AT, which I have. Alright, so those are pretty simple, average instructions. But now let's get into the box. Alright, so moving this aside, if you bring this front and forward. So taking a look at the box, I have a big complaint. This is a display set. It's $80. It is worth making it an 18 plus set. I don't know why Lego did not do this. It is an 18 plus set. It says 10 plus right there on the box, and it doesn't have the black. I think it would have looked better with a black background. They even did it with a capture element, which is cheaper, and maybe, yeah, it's more of a display piece, but this is a display piece. So that is my one big complaint, and if the instructions were black, I would have been way happier with the set. But, that's not a big deal. That's just the design on the box. Overall, great. Great box art. You get your Mandalorian there. I do wish they had updated that, but that was a long time ago, so I guess they wouldn't have. You get your little child minifig right there. You get the child right there, Grogu. Then you get your Star Wars, another photo of it. And then you get a different view of it and all its features, the movable ears. I'm not going to go into this right now because I'm going to show you all this. Dimensions, what it looks like back. Another thing, a lot of words. Kind of boring. And then the bottom is even more words. So that's pretty much the box. Not too interesting. I don't love that they're, on this size of box, they're still using these. I don't love those thumb hole things. And I guess you can open it with a knife, but it just doesn't really work that great. Alright, so now getting into the actual build. Now, this is a beauty. Amazingly done. Well done. The only complaint I really have is that box art. Which, to me, doesn't really matter, because I don't really care too much about the box. So, first of all, we're going to go into the plaque. Very simple. Some information on the child right there. Homeworld, unknown. Species, unknown. Age, 50. Height is approximately 0.337 meters. The primary associate is the Mandalorian, and favorite toy is the Razor Crest Shifter Knob. Nice to see that there. Nice blue, and then you get your little child minifigure, which I'm not going to go in detail on like I will on other sets. Because it's kind of your normal, it's not very interesting. You know, you get your nice chest printing, but that's not very it. This is a much better version of it right here. But basically, I'm going to go through this. The stand's nice black stand, kind of your average stand for these kinds of sets. So, basically, the first feature is that the ears move, and so they will move up and down, makes them cuter that way. You can have, like, surprise. His mouth opens, that kind of looks like when he's flying with Mando. And I do think that this piece in here, she does a good job of his teeth when it's, like, that open, and if you, like, lower the ears. I like to have it, like, just kind of halfway in the middle. I think that's a good way to display it right there, and then have the mouth kind of like that. I think that's a nice looking model. And then you have the head. So the head actually goes forwards and backwards. I don't know if you can see that here. Like that. And it tilts up and down and swivels 180 degrees. So really nice head design there. It works great. And it even pops off. So it's just connected by this ball joint here. Some ugly colors on the bottom because I don't need it. And then you'll just see that it moves back and forth if you built it right. That was a little bit confusing on how that was built. And it just sticks right on. It's not that hard to get in there. You just have to kind of work with it. Get it in the right spot. And it really works great because you can kind of have him displayed at an angle, looking off in one direction, or over here. And then you have your ball, which is an interesting design. I don't love this blue stud, so if there's one thing to change about this, I'd take off this blue stud and give it a silver stud. And on the inside, you'll notice that it's just kind of a red thing that allows the stud. So there, if you replace that with a silver stud, very nice looking, and then you just stick it on. I don't love how the thumb doesn't go all the way up, but it still looks great. Really cool addition that LEGO decided to add. And I was also thinking, like, you could take it, you could have his hand more like this, and then have this support on, like, a clear stand of, like, clear pieces. Like, it could be really simple. And then it would look like, just for displaying, it would look like he's like pulling it towards him with the force. So I thought that was a cool idea, and you could have him just grabbing it, like that. And so that's the nice thing about these hands, and these hands can move, so if you want to like stick the ball down here, I haven't really tried this, but I assume, alright, it doesn't really fit down there. But, you know, you could play around with that. But the hands are really well done. And then let's get into my favorite part, which is the cloak. They did such a nice job on this. It looks really nice. So, like, the cuffs, they get this top part really well. And then you kind of have, like, the center thing that comes down. They've done in tile. And then they have the studs, which really nicely contrast with the more tiled head and this tiled cuffs. And it looks awesome. And so that is just a really well done job by LEGO. And that's really, really nice. And then finally, I'm just going to show you the inside quickly. But basically how this works is these are connected. So the side panels, I love the way this is built. It makes it a really fun building process. But the side panels come off just that easily. And you got to take these off first, because they're also connected onto these. But it's a whole Technic structure. And if you remove the other side panel, and you remove the head, and you remove this, it's really fun, because you build each of these separately in a bag. And so you kind of get to see how it comes together. This is a Technic structure. This is all that's inside. It's really sturdy. It's not going to come apart. Only thing is it does sometimes when you're taking it apart. But it's not going to like be flimsy at all. This piece in here, I don't know if you can see that. Here, you can get a better look here. There is a rod in there that's going to move back and forth. And then the yellow just signifies like the front. So if you're trying to remember how to put it back, the one with the like big kind of stripe down the middle will always go on first. You'll want to put the back one on second, so the only other one that doesn't have an arm, that goes just like that. And it's really almost perfectly flush, which is really nice. Really sturdy to stay down. And the reason why you add that one next is so that it lines up here. Then the other two arms maybe can be a little bit confusing, but it's not too hard to figure it out. That goes on one side. The other one goes on. This is like literally the process. You build it in each bag, down to the bag, because each one of these is a bag. And then the arms are removable, so that's cool. And you know, you can't swap them out because they're at different intervals. But if you really wanted to play around with it, I bet you could figure out a way to like put this one up or something. But it's a really nice set. It looks so nice. I was very happy with it. It's great to pick this one up. And now it can fit in with my Sketch Trooper helmet, which is another one I got quite a while ago, actually. Maybe like 3 months ago. And then a nice display stand. And so, fits pretty nicely with that. Really nice look right there. But overall, it's a great set. Only thing I'd change is taking off that blue stud, really, and changing the box art. I would definitely recommend you pick it up. It's only $80, not a lot for this. And it's a decent size compared to the Sketch Trooper helmet. I mean, it may look the same, but this is 1,000 pieces, believe it or not. I can link, you can buy it, leave a link to buying it on Amazon in the description below, which is where I usually buy most of my products. Lego can be a pain. So that's about it. If you want any information on it, I can give it to you now. It is, set number 75318, and it has 1,730 and 73 pieces. Now, you can't really compare them right now, but this one only has 471 pieces. It's a massive, it's actually about a 600, almost exactly different, 602 pieces added to this one. And it's crazy. And this one's actually $60, so 602 pieces added to $60. Actually, this one might be 40. I don't remember. It's either 40 or 60, but still, a lot of pieces added for not much more money. If you're trying to decide between, should I get that really awesome, really nice looking statue on and the Baby Yoda, get the Baby Yoda. It's a really nice thing. There's also like the Darth Vader's Meditation Chamber, which is a really nice set too. It's kind of up to personal preference, but I love this set. Really nice set. And that about wraps up this review. Not a lot of like play functions to talk about. But overall, great set. And if you like this video, if you like these reviews, I've got a couple more down, and I should have some more coming, depending on how this whole minifigure pack thing works out in the United States. It's kind of wacky right now, but I should have some reviews on those whenever those get released. And then look forward to some of that. I'm going to start doing the weekly mocks, as I mentioned, and I'm going to just preview one right here. I've got this one is one that shouldn't come, this one will come out a little while from now. I'm not quite done with it. I got to figure out some flaw, and it's just basically, it's a scene from this Force Awakens. Kylo Ren likes to destroy things. He kind of has anger issues, so I like to do that. And then we're still working on this one too, because we're going to add some more to this now that I've also picked up another ATSD and Snow Trooper Battle Pack. But just a snow fort. Really nice design there. My brother designed that one. So we'll get into a review of that one. You should definitely take a look at the Mos Eisley mock review. That one turned out phenomenal. I really liked how that one turned out. That was a very interesting video to watch. But if you like any of that kind of content, including improvements, which I haven't done a lot of late with not too many sets to improve lately, but I will keep at it. I've got an AAT to improve and some other sets to show you how. I've got a cool modified TIE Fighter. I'm going to show you my mock of that. A lot of content coming your way in the next couple of months. So look for that. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button to see more content like this, and hit that like button, and if you can, turn on the bell for notifications. Without further ado, this is WHM Brick Bros signing